How's it, Sean from Fitz? I've got a friend with us today. His name's Grizzly. Look at him, man. He's beautiful. Eh? Look at him. Eh? Isn't he a beautiful? He's like a pug. He's 30 years old. It's my tenant's dog. I love him. I'm looking after him for now, and he's staying with me here in the house in the day. I'll give you the whole big story. I'm going to put him down now. I think he just woke up. I thought he'd just say hello. Say hello. Hey, Christy. Look at those eyes. Look how beautiful he is. Alright, I'm going to put him down. Oh! Sorry, man. I just had to show you that. Sean from Fitz. Good day to you. Alright. The story with the dog is that I've got a rogue dog on my property. So my other tenant now needs me to look after Grizzly because this other dog hates Grizzly and he'll kill him. He'll kill him, and he's attacked him before. So I'm keeping him in the day while the other dog is running around outside my house. That dog is also a nice dog. It's Afrikaans. It's a difficult dog to have. Very energetic. And she's having to leave. I'm actually not renewing her contract. She's a great tenant too. It's just the dog is just uncontrollable. Okay, it's just not controllable. So I'm at and I got my own dog too. So not only do you have challenges in the day with tenants, you got challenges with dogs. Anyway, that's besides the point. I thought I'd just bring him up here to show you. I love this dog. This little dog of my tenants. He's a pug. You see his eyes, they're popping out. He's just such a beautiful little dog. And he's so easy to look after too. He just lies and sleeps and whatever. He chunks a bit when he wants to go out, but otherwise he's great. I've taken pictures of him, everything. I love this little dog. Anyway, besides that, I thought I'd bring him and show you. Besides that, let's get started. You know, I said last week I was going to show you a whole lot of different games about in terms of city builders, different games, the games that I've come to love. And one of them is Against the Storm, one of them is News Tower, another one is Furthest Frontier, another one is Oxygen Not Included. So I'm going to be running through those games just to show you how those games work and how great they are. City builders, survival city builders are great. And even city builders like SimCity, City Skylines. I just don't have City Skylines because they're so expensive. I mean, I don't like buying games. I never buy games, just the one game, and then collect the DLCs later. I never buy because it's the game with the DLCs is the same game it used to be 20 years ago when they released the full game, and it had all those parts in it. And then you might get an expansion later. But that was it. So now what they've done is they make a basic game and then they plan all these DLCs and they make a shitload more money than if they just sold you the whole game complete. Why would you ever buy a game that's not fleshed out and not complete? And that's what I say about people who've got strategies like, oh, I'll buy this DLC and then I'm not interested in this type of the area, but I'll play. They try and rubbish. The game is not complete with all its DLCs. It's not fleshed out. And that's why some of these games I can't buy. I mean, it's impossible, like Hearts of Iron. It's like full price, it's almost 4,000 Rand for me. I can't buy that. I can't justify that. And that's just a complete game we used to get 20 years ago that they've now, you know, instead of getting and we got one expansion, now we got 50 DLCs and you got the base game, which is a bare bones game. And you've got to build it. So I never buy games unless I buy the whole deal. I buy only the whole game if I can afford. Others I don't buy. So if I see Hearts of Iron, I can buy the base game 75% off. But then there's 100 DLCs with only 20% off. It's going to cost me like 2,000 Rand. I won't buy it. And I think people should not buy it. They shouldn't buy it because the game gets out of hand. The DLCs make it so expensive that it stops being justifiable for a computer game. Why would you pay that for a computer? You don't buy that for a movie. You go watch a movie, you don't buy that. Or a couple of movies. You wouldn't even. How many movie tickets would that be? Thousands of movies. Their DLC policy irritates me because we used to get. I know I'm carrying on about this. We used to get those games, that whole complete game, 20 years ago. We got it as one game. And we might get maybe two, what they call the expansions. Second expansion and a third expansion. And then that would be it. I didn't mind that, because the expansions were cheaper, and then and you only maybe got two, or never, seldom three, but mainly two. And before that, they never gave you DLCs. But the developers today have made a whole big business of scamming money out of you by now they caught on that they can extend the game over 5 years, and they can. And don't give me this bullshit that it's fleshed out, developed. Rubbish. They owe it to you to give you a great game. It's their job, not your job. So don't say, oh, but they 5 years in the making. No. Rubbish. Their job is to give you the best game possible and to support it for 5 years. That's their job, not your job. Don't read into that bullshit. Now when they make a game, in those days they used to make expansions on top of games, because the community cried out for it, and they could see, after the game, we can add it. And they never thought of that as in the game. Today they specifically plan on DLCs. They make a game. In those days, they didn't make a game bare bones. They never made a game bare bones. They tried to make the full game, and then they realized they needed more. Today they make it bare bones, and then they plan all their roadmaps, their DLCs, their hundreds of thousands of rands or dollars that they're going to screw from you. I don't like it. I never liked it. I don't like it. There should be a law against that. That's duping the public. And then you get games like Hearts of Iron 4 that's got 20 DLCs, man. And those DLCs are like 3,000 rand, and the game is only like 15. And people justify it. They should stop buying those games. They should stop. But we can't control that. I hate it. I never liked it. So anyway, I don't buy a game unless I can buy all the DLCs. Why would I buy a half-baked game? And I only wait for specials. But even with specials, with Hearts of Iron 4, the games I would love to buy, Hearts of Iron 4s, even with the special, it's still overpriced. It's still too expensive because they got so many of them. And frequently they just discount the main game and they leave the specials at 10% off. Who would want to buy those games at 10%, those DLCs at 10% off? It's absolute robbery, theft on their part. I hate it. Sorry, man. I had to get my chest off the thing because of that. I had to. Alright, because the DLC policies just. That's why I also love luckily I play a lot of war games, so they don't have a lot of DLCs. Like if you look at some of the Gary Grisby's War in the East, he's got just one expansion, one DLC. And then I will pay for that. I'll pay for 2 DLCs. I'll pay for 3. Not for 20. Not for 20. And all the sound, buying the sound. The sound is an extra. They've got a lot of the DLCs got sound. Why would I want to buy the sound? Why would I want to pay for that? That should have been in the game, man. Oh, I get angry, with these hoes. I really do. But let's calm down short. Let's not make this into a big rant. I'm still happy that today's day we got lots of games to choose from, and there are some like for Against the Storm. They've only had 2 DLCs, and they probably have 1 or 2 more. But their proliferation is not on hundreds of DLCs. Like the Paradox is a scam company. The way they churn out, and now with this EU5, I'm sure they got 50 DLCs planned in a row. Keep them in their butter, keep them in their food in their mouths for 20 years on that game. I know I shouldn't get angry, but I do. God. That's my rant for this morning. Alright, Against the Storm. It's one of the games I've featured. Fantastic game. Rogue-like city builder, very unique. And you're going to see it, how it works. It's actually it's a fantasy simulator with goblins and humans and trolls and beavers and all this type of stuff. So it's a fantasy city builder of you building a city and then you're following a trail to get the seals. So when you get this in this, okay, I'll explain it to you as you go. You build this rogue settlement, you pass the map, and then you can get upgrades to your city. Now the idea is to get to the seal before the storm goes, before the blight and the storm. All right. So to try and build as many settlements, it's a city out like this, and you got all these parts here, and the seals at the end. You've got to build as much, because every time you build a settlement, the storm just wipes it clean. It's like a rogue-like city builder, and you've got to build as much settlements to get to the seal before the storm blows you out. And that's how the game works. That's what it's the premises. Great premises, very unique. All right. So I've planned this out. There are three tutorials. I'm going to do all 3 tutorials. They're brilliant tutorials. They're actually while you're playing and showing you how they work. I've done these tutorials 100% time, and after that you'll get a gist of what the game is and how it works. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's play. Now listen to this. I hope you can hear.
The world is plagued by the Blightstorm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the Smoldering City, where the mysterious Scorched Queen reigns. You are one of her viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown. Your goal is to help rebuild the Smoldering City and secure the future of the Queen's subjects.
All right, sorry, I don't know if I forgot to mention, the name of the dog is Grizzly. That's his name. I only gave him the name of Grizzly. It's an awesome name, eh? I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm still thinking about this dog. All right, so to move around, you move A, S, W, you move the mouse. This is the settlements, and there's glades here. Neglecting your village will increase the Queen's impatience. I'll explain that to you, how that works. Fulfilling your duties will increase the tower's reputation, unlock new buildings, and eventually bring you to victory. Now choose the blueprint, select the... So we get buildings as blueprints. This is how we get them in the beginning. The woodcutter's camp. Okay, space to resume. Build a woodcutter's camp and explore the forest. You have to explore the forest. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here. This is your Queen's impatience, and this is your reputation. When the Queen's impatience gets to there, you lose the game. In any settlement. Okay, that's just the basics of it. When you get to the reputation up to here, and he hasn't got there yet, you win the scenario. Okay, that you win this whole map. These are all the buildings. Here are all your resources. You've got your food, all the food. You've got the building materials. You've got your what they call is your fuel and this is where you keep your wood, your tools, and your coal. Okay. You've got a hearth. This is the main. Let me just move it across here. Now your hearth is the center of the colony. You can only build your houses. I'll get to these races now, but these races there's about 4 or 5. No, there's about 8 of them, I think. There's a whole lot of other races. Just these for the beginning. You've got humans, you've got beavers, and you've got lizards. Your hearth is man. There's somebody, and you select in your hearth to keep the fire burning. To keep this burning. I'm going to, let me just take these off here. There. I'm going to have it here. I don't know, I was set up like this, but I reset it, I think. Anyway, I'm going to set it on wood. Now, all of these things you'll be able to burn coal, wood, and all these things in the hearth, and you have to keep it lit. And if you don't keep it lit, and it burns out, if there's no, then you lose the scenario as well. I think if it's your last hearth. Here's your warehouse where you keep all your stock of your goods. So now each race has different effects on the hearth. Like he gives you the lizard is a comfort. You see this little thing, he gives comfort when you put him in there. If you put the beaver in there, he uses less wood. And if you put a human in there, the impatience of the queen grows slower. Right, each one gives you a benefit. And also, if you all these benefits that are down here that are given to you, if you've got 8 villages in houses and you've got these decorations which are here, you can build decorations here. You've got 4 of those, and then you get this benefit, and you know this benefits for your. I hope I'm explaining it. Okay, just to give you an idea. And here are your races. You've got 9 total population. You've got 4 builders, and you've got 5 that are homeless. And each civilization, each faction has unique things that make it happy, and they affect the reputation of your colony. All right, that's the basic overview. Whenever you play a map, you're thrown into a map like this. These are glades. When you open them, you get special events, special resources, special things happen to you that you can add to your. This is a bad glade. This is a dangerous glade. When you open this, bad things can happen to you, and you've got to achieve missions to help you. And it's random, so you don't know. Now, to win this, any scenario, we've got to get all the reputation up by orders. You get orders from the queen. She gives you orders, and you've got to fulfill them in time before her thing goes up, right? You've got to fulfill them. And you get cornerstones as well, which help you. As we go along, I've given you the basics. Here, this is the hostility of the forest. So if you chop too many trees, you grow your thing, the forest starts to hate you, starts to be against you, and then it causes various effects that affect you if you grow too fast in the farm. That's the counterbalance. You have 3 seasons. You got the drizzle, you got the collection. I think it's what is this? The clearance. You got the clearance, and you got the storm. You got three seasons, and crops grow in the drizzle. You plant crops in the drizzle. They are harvested in the clearance, and then in the storm, and then the storm, and then it starts. The storm is the bad period. The drizzles where good things happen. The storms where bad. So I thought it is complicated because you got so many resources. Let me tell you. You got so many resources, but eventually when you start to play it a bit, you get used to them. Alright, and for example, like your wood. Okay, like for example, here with wood. Wood gives you the wood, as you see, and it's also 15% chance to get this thing, grain. What is that? What's this? Let me just put a B here. 15% chance. You see, yeah, you got a 25 and a 20% chance to get insects. So from everything you build, everything you harvest, when you're harvesting the wood, you got a 15% chance to get all those, and eggs and all those other things as included. So there's a 5% chance every time you chop a tree you'll get these things. So it's involved. It's a resource driven construction city builder roguelike. It's brilliant. We'll go through it as we go. So what is the thing now? He wants us to build some. So what I normally do is I build paths, because the villagers move quicker on the paths. So I'm building a path around my hearth, and I build one also around the warehouse. I also build one. So there's the path. The paths are free, but remember they take up your villagers to build. Okay, because you have 8 builders or 3. What's that? 8 builders. Yeah. I'm going to build also a road to there, and I'm gonna build 2 of these. Now you can build them, and this is rotates them. I like to rotate it towards the road because that's I think how they should be. I'm going to build one there. Now every race, I'm going to build one here. Now this opens up the woodcutter's camp. It costs this to build this thing, this construction thing, and it's produced, the goods produced are these. You can deactivate and you can move the building. I'm going to do that if I want to put it over there, and you can do it while it's active as well. That's a brilliant part of this. And then this just tells you of the benefits you get. Now you pick your guys here. You see this little thing. That means beavers are better at this, at woodcutting. So I'm going to pick all 3 beavers. I put a shift on to pick that one. And I'm going to pick all 3 things. If I hold down the Alt key, I can see who's in where. Okay. And that's it. I'm going to let the guy... This is what I love about these roguelike city builders. You can just let them go. You know, you build them and let them go. They just go by themselves. And you tweak. I love that. So you see how they... Okay, once they've built... Okay, I'm going to stop them there. Now, you see this tool worm down at the bottom here. See this? This highlights the trees. Because I want to get into this glade. There's something in there. I don't know what's in there, but it's a benefit. So now the builders, the woodcutters will only chop these trees. If I can set them to chop anything, but I like them to be focused on these trees. I don't want them chopping everywhere else. I can also clear them with this. And I can make smaller circles. I think it's a shift. Let me just see. See, I can make them have smaller circles. But at the moment, I want them just to open this glade over here. Okay, so they're going to be, then I've got an order. He wants 2 woodcutters, which are built, and he wants 10 wood. And that, from the reward, I'll get 3 beavers and a wood cutting speed of 85, and also the reputation, I'll get 1 point of reputation. And it tells me over there. So let's go. You'll see over here I'm getting 10% because I have beavers there. So it's 10% on getting a load of 2 wood instead of 1 wood from a tree. But I don't get that from humans. You see? I'm not getting that from humans because they're not. And that you'll see when the game opens up in the next scenario, when we can open up and we can see what in the reputation, as you see, as they're comfortable doing things, the houses, taverns, what food they eat will affect different species. So each species has different things that you'll have to build for those species to get them going. Okay. So I'm not worried about the time because we're going to finish this scenario. 10:18, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna do 1 complete scenario. We're gonna do that, and they're short. Well, hopefully they're short. Okay, orders ready. You see their orders are there. You watch this. I can leave him to build up because it kills one. It kills one impatience. So this whole up to there, it kills one of those. So it's not. I'm not going to get much from this. I'm going to leave it a bit. Let's first open. I'll say okay to this once I've opened this. Once this thing has reached very high, then I get the best use for it. And it's telling you here, orders already. Now you watch these guys, these beavers and stuff. Now these guys, the builders won't do anything. They will sit by the hearth and they go and get food. They eat and everything. They go fetch food for them. So that they've got to be fed. These guys, they got to eat and everything. And the builders also, if you notice, they will see they're telling them what they're gathering. And then they're going into a node. They're proficient. And so this one is having tea. So they're resting by the fire. So they got their little quirks and whatever they carry on. I'm just waiting for this to highlight up to there, and then I'll see. I've got to trade. don't need to. I'm not going to. The second or the third deals with the trading. You've also got traders. You can build a trading hub, and traders will come and bring you goods and stuff like that to help to improve. And you can buy goods from them. We won't do it now because it's not part of. I'm going to increase the road. They travel 5% faster on the road, so you want to try and keep them on the road. And the half. All city buildings, all houses must be within the heart. You can build production buildings outside, but if you've got towns, houses, for these guys, they must be within the heart. In this area. Just keeping an eye here. I think we've reached it. I think we've reached the first one. So we're going to accept now. Watch the bottom. Boom. So this is the patience, and we got reputation of 1. Okay, so it helps to do that. Okay, we must open 2 glades, and we assign as woodcut 5 as wood. We get 3 new. We'll get 3 humans, and we'll get this meat. Okay, so I know we've got extra guys, so I think we can put in here. See, we got 3. So I'm gonna put the shift, click on him, and oh well, he can't. He can't if the other 2 is. But there's it. Now, if you look at it, I've got all my woodcutters with. Behold there, all the woodcutters with. And here's the speed. I don't ever advance the speed. I don't ever advance it because it's not. You don't need it. You don't need to. Now I'm going to show you how I move this. I'm going to take him and move him to there, closer to where the wood is, and move him to there. Okay, it does disrupt them. I've watched video channels. It does disrupt. If they're busy doing something, then they stop doing it and whatever. So it does disrupt them. But I don't care. I just do it because I need them to get closer. They have a storage inside each building. I think they've got it's locked for now. This glades thing, whatever but they have the storage in the building. I don't think it's on now. Each building can store some of it, but basically they've got to take the wood to the warehouse. So the further away you get, the longer they have to travel. And that's why these glades, you can build many. You can build more glades. I can build another glade over there. Say if I wanted to, I'll build one over here. I can build, as long as they don't touch, I can build another glade and put a small warehouse. Then the workers over here will only go to that glade and that workhouse. You understand? That's how you expand the area. But at the moment, it's not part. We don't need it as part of the scenario. All right, I have a shelters. Okay, so this is these are the houses. All right, this is not specific to any race. Okay, let me just put this in. It's not specific to any race. But you do get houses for beavers and houses. But this is for all the houses. So I'm going to put these houses. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Where's the... I'm trying to... Oh. Okay, I'm going to put one there and put one there. Where's the arrows? Why is it not showing me the arrows? Usually it shows me the arrows, so I don't understand it. Or where they come out. So I don't understand why it's not showing me the arrows. You know, things do quirky things when you... there. And we're going to put... I don't know now. Where is this thing? It usually shows arrows. I don't know why it's not. Okay, there. Okay, so... if I move it, will it? Yeah, it shows it. Why is it not showing? It's supposed to show an arrow where to point the thing. But anyway, I'm putting these down. I'm gonna put this decoration, this little workbench or sit bench. I'm gonna put them inside here. I'm gonna put him in there, and I'm gonna put him in there. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want this. This gives us global resolve is increased by 1. That means our humans or our whole all our resolve. And global resolve is increased by 1, and the ambience, the ancient hearth's resistance is corruption is increased by 150. So that gives us a benefit. And what's required is 8 houses, people in 8 houses, and 4 decorations. These are decorations. We'll just leave it like that for the moment. I don't know why it didn't give me the arrows. So I don't know. every time I play these games, you see I got the arrows where it's pointing. Why don't I have it with the houses? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so I need 2 glades. So 1 glade and another glade. Usually gives you, now I'm pissed off about this housing thing. Usually it gives you a point where, a direction where, but it's not showing the arrows. Okay. Now you see here, I've got, this is what glades do. They give you resources, extra resources. If you press the B, you got this, and they give you an event. They give you different events, and you've got two things to choose those events. You can have this event over here, but if you have that event, you don't get this benefit. So if I take this, it's going to give me a herbalist camp, which is there, which is what I want. It won't give it to me yet. You have to assign somebody to go and do that, and you have to remember, you've also, let me give you an idea. You see this, I've got a choice of resources that I can use for that event, that I can put into that event. I don't have to always have that. So here I've got that, and I've got, you see there, the top there where it says there 15, and I've got wood, and it'll give me this. Now he must go and investigate that. Now you watch him. I'm still chopping him down here because I want to, but you watch, I watch how now he's gone, he's getting the wood, he gets the stuff, he brings it here, and he's busy solving the thing. And when he's finished that, I get a herbalist camp. I get this building belongs to me. Let me just, I want to just put the, okay, so you can just to show you how that thing works. See, he's busy solving it. You can put anybody in here. It doesn't have to be a specific. So he solved that. Now I've got the woodcutter's cap. I like to put humans in here, and here he's got a choice. He's got a choice. You can have him setting for herbs, but we don't have herbs here. We have mushrooms and we have whatever. But I can turn mushrooms off. I can turn them off, and he'll only collect that. But I keep it on because he wants. If you put 2 on, it's going to divide his attention. So he's going to do it. He's going to collect these slower than those. But it's great. Doesn't matter. These stars represent how good they are. How efficient is that resource. For example, like in some buildings, you will have to make a certain resource. Like the carpenters, you need wood and you need clay, and that equals the planks to make that. When these stars determine how efficient that is. If it's a 1 star, you will need 6 clay and 6 wood to make 1 plank. If it's a 5 star, you'll only need one wood and 1 clay. That's the efficiency of different buildings. So you have to watch that. Okay, so we're going to leave it like that. So it's like it is, and just let it go. He's busy. But I do want to move this guy. Because his arrow's pointing that way. So I'm going to move him, and I'm going to rotate him with the R key so he's there. So he lines up with the road, and I'm going to put the, I'm going to just put the road in there. There. Okay, so he's busy building. Now, I want these guys to chop because I want this glade. We have to get 2 glades, right? So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to take this off. So it doesn't, well, he's busy chopping that, that's why. Sometimes if he's busy with that, I can't, okay, so he's busy chopping. Now I want to move this closer. You see the area that they can work in? This is the area that they can go. I'm going to move him, let him face the road with his arrows, so he's there. And let them chop this down here. Now we've got. Oh, he hasn't given us yet, but he's waiting to do this. Now watch when he does that. See, this will light up. That means it gives us that benefit, that extra benefit of increased 1 for resolve. Now resolve is what gets us over the line. This is resolve and this is okay, I'm just waiting for him. I want to show you. Okay, he hasn't got it yet. There's still one to do. He's this one over here. He's got to do 4. He's done 2. Just want to show you what happens there. Now you got builders. You got to watch the builders because the builders will build the paths and stuff. He's sitting at 3. He's going to hit 4 now. You see this? Now you see this lights up and it's down here. These are all your benefits down here. That's why my head's up here somewhere. That's why I kept the head down. Alright. Try and build roads wherever you go because roads give you they increase speed. I think of 5% on a road. So you don't have to build roads. You can walk in the wilderness, but it's 5% faster on roads. So you want them on roads, especially if you're getting, because remember that wood's got to go to there. And it's got to take a woodcutter to send it there. Okay, we're just going to get this glade. Okay, so it pauses. You know what? I want to just set my settings. I don't know why my settings. I want to set up for no. I just want to set up. Yeah, I want this. Yeah, I want this set up. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it was reset. I think I reset it by mistake. I want this thing to pause so that at every place. Yeah, sorry man, and there's somewhere along there it's taken away the this auto sim. You know, I forgot to tell you in my motion blur, lightning flashes, complex effects. I don't know what's. Oh no, okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't know what happened. I don't know why this thing, because I had it on auto pause, and now the houses aren't showing where they can build. It's just messed it up here somewhere. I don't know what happened. Okay, I wanted to address the fact that in my Steam library video, I said that I couldn't play this because it stops every 5 minutes and then it holds and goes dark. I remember I said I solved the problem. It's this. I read about it, I saw it, and then I solved the problem. And I noticed it's this. It was auto-saving. It was auto-saving. So the game was going dark, it was saving, and then it was back and light again. It was auto-saving every 5, because you can't save the game in this. It's only an auto-save. And they had no option for it, so I thought this game was broken. It's not. Disable auto-save dimming. Now the thing auto-saves, but it doesn't dim the screen. Solve the problem. So a lot of the time you solve problems that you're not aware of. Anyway, I don't know why. See, there's now. Okay, I've got it. There's the. You see the arrow? See the arrow where the house is pointing now? See the arrow? It was missing just now. You notice that thing was missing. So you need that for the buildings. Okay, so this glade is open. If you highlight on there, it tells you what's in the glade. Now we have completed that order. 2 glades and 6 beavers. Now we're getting those extra guys. You see, we got some more homeless up here. Okay, so I've got to build some more buildings. I'm going to first finish here, but I'm going to build another house. You see, buildings, I'm going to build another house there. Okay, so I've got builders that are going to build that house for me. I've got things. Now, what other orders do I have? I've got to build a small foragers camp, and okay, so if I press the B key, there's the cabbage. This is where I put a foragers camp. All right, so I'm going to build a road. Yeah, I'll build a road there. I need to foragers camp. This you could build grain, roots, and vegetables. This is class. This is like cabbage. This is a vegetable. And I'm going to put the foragers camp over there. And I'm in the foragers camp. I think I'm going to put some humans. Yeah, you see this thing there? That means he's good at this place. You must try and fill him with humans. I don't need that. I don't need that, but I need vegetables. That's what he's asking for. And this forager camp tells you as well what the workers do when they're there and the percentages. But the humans are good with this. It gives them a good result. And that's what it costs to build it. And these, but it's a 1-star, the forager's camp. So you don't get a good result from it in terms of the harvest. But it's there. It's a camp you can use. You see here, see the harvest here. So you get, this is what you get from it. You can build, but you see there's no insects here. You can see when you press build whether there's, see this has got, that's got flax, that's got, see when you highlight, but there's no insects. You might as well just tick it off so he doesn't get confused in building that. I just do that. Okay, so we're waiting now. You see, we're waiting because we need to get more resolve here. Hey, your grizzly's fast asleep on the. We can see him. He's like, he's. I don't want to move the webcam here because I don't know how to get it back on. But he's fast asleep here. He's finished. He's like that. Just on front of the camera was enough effort for him. That's it. Gone. Lights out. Okay, so, shit. Now we've got to, because now the woodcutters. Sorry, let me put this, sorry, we'll take that. Okay, see, he doesn't. Now, we're going to put the woodcutters over here to clear this away. You can also use the woodcutters to clear around you. You need to, because you see how frantic it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a road there and move this guy. Let's see how far I can get him there and move this guy there, and I'm gonna highlight this here, just around here, you know, not this, but just to clear out that, let them start working over there. Okay, I was a little bit late in doing that. I should have done that because you're gonna ask now how to build a. Okay. We have a newcomers. These are sent to you periodically. I don't know what makes them come to you, but they are sent to you, and you get a choice. You've got to make. You see, each one has a population, and some require things that you might not have in your village. So you get this to make a choice between you want these two beaver and a thing, or do you want a beaver and a lizard. The grain is fine, but this is more valuable for us, so we'll take that. Now you got to remember, there you got the house problems again. You see the houses is now. I've got to figure out where. I suppose I can put a house here. You can move the houses too. Sorry, man. See, I'm gonna put a house there. You can also move the houses. See, if you're having a problem, just move the house and build it. That's the beauty. You can move most of the buildings. There are some buildings you can't move. Those buildings you can't move. So you've got to be careful with some buildings. But a lot of the buildings, like most of the buildings, you can move. All these resource gatherers and stuff you can move. But some of the industry buildings you can't move. So you've got to be careful where you've actually got to delete them. I think you get 50% of the resources, and then you can build them somewhere else. Okay, the orders are ready, but I'm going to leave it a bit because I think he's going to. Okay, I know what he'll want. You see, if I accept it, I'm just going to let that grow a little bit because I want this cleared out because I know what he wants. I've done these things. He's going to want us to put the mining there. So let's just clear the path a little bit, so that we can then move these away so I can put the mining in here. We've got to open this part over here too. Come on. Yeah, the tutorials, you see how you play the tutorials. They give you goals to do, and you play it as you're learning most of the mechanics of the game. See, the lady's waiting. Nothing. think he's gonna ask for the I'll just do it anyway. Okay, so we went up, but now he's asking. Oh no, he's asking. I thought so. I can remember that. The stone cutters camp he wants. So we can put the stone cutters camp if we move this. Let's move it closer to there, and that. Let's move it to there. And then the stone cutters camp, which will be a reputation bonus. We're gonna so you can make stone, clay, and sea marrow. Okay, but we've got to stone cutters. You see, we can. He's also movable. I think I'm just gonna put him here for the moment while he collects that, and then we'll move him. Okay, then we'll move him. Stone cutters. I'll put the two lizards on that. I'll take out, there's no stone, we just need clay. And he will carry on. I'm going to keep him carrying on and clearing this out while he's here. While I've got these two woodcutters there. Let them clear this, because they have to build, because we're going to, in the scenario, we're going to have to come and take this glade over there, but we haven't got there yet. Now it tells you here on the side there, it gives you like, you can read more stuff. This is tutorial, glide events, you open it up. It's got a whole encyclopedia, what they do and why they're there. It's a fantastic game, a fantastic city builder game. If you're interested in builders, now we supposed, did that thing pause? I'm just gonna double check and see if this thing paused. It's not pausing on me. Oh, yeah, it didn't pause. This is the auto pause, man. Did I click the wrong thing? I have this thing on pause. I clicked the wrong stuff. Yeah, I have all the auto pauses on. Okay, and this too. I think I clicked this wrong. I like to have it defaulting to the wood. I messed this thing up, man. Complex nodes on default. Okay, I don't know what I did here. Okay, I'm just gonna reset this. Okay, reset it. Sorry, man. Because I'm gonna auto-save that. I'm going to put the default down to that. I'm going to put the music down to that. Don't worry. Just reset. It doesn't reset that panel. And I'm going to put that down to there. Just to reset it to the beginning. So that otherwise I don't know what I've changed. You see? Because I want everything else the way it is at the moment. Yeah, and I want that. Okay, and then I'm just going to highlight this. It's such a pain in the ass. I don't know why it doesn't reset this page, and now it's reset everything. The music, the sound. And I wanted this on pause, auto pause every time. So I just want to just see, continue. If I build a house. See, it's not, Jesus, man. It's not now highlighting the things, man. Idle farmer indicator. Yeah, show map. Why would it never do that? Ignore day. Okay. Yeah, see this. I just want to make sure the sound, because this thing can get pretty loud. And let's just turn that down. Okay. Yeah, alright. Continue. Sorry, man. Sorry about that, but the houses. This must show where it can entrance. I mean, I don't know why that's all by default. Okay, so every time I find a new glade, every time a season changes, it pauses the game. I got that from a YouTuber. That was brilliant to know that. Because otherwise this thing just goes forward. Okay, so this is what we have. We've got a field of flax and a clay node. Alright, but we don't... it's nice. You open up new resources. Sometimes you get stuff like this, but sometimes you don't. We're still getting the clay. I'm still getting this guy picked on there because I want him to clear this out, clear this away. And I think I'm just going to take that off and just clear this side here. And I'll take some of this off over here. Okay, so let him, and then I want to put him somewhere else. It's also nice, they open up glades, but you also need space. You see, you need the space open. So I might put our woodcutters here, let them start opening these glades. But once they've done that over there. Alright, he's busy with these, ready. He's got the 5 stones done. Yeah, I know the orders already. It just tells you about the orders. Yeah, we've got our normal thing. See, in the default setting, it defaults to all these to burn wood, but I want to keep all this. I'd rather burn wood. Wood is plentiful on this glade, on this biome. Wood is plentiful. Okay, that's enough. We don't need that anymore there. So I'm going to come and put our woodcutters. I'm going to move them 1, 2. Let me just rotate. I'm going to put 1 there. And I'm going to move him. Can he move there? No, he can't. I'll have to put him there. And I'm going to just extend that road a little bit. Just to... Now, they remember, this woodcutters is... Oh, jeez, man. Let me just... This woodcutters is right by the warehouse. Right by the warehouse. So it's immediate delivery. So, yeah. That's great. So we're going to open up that glade first. And I'm going to cancel this. We don't need that. And I'm going to go, okay. I know I could have waited till the end, but I wasn't going to. Let's get moving. Now you need a harvester's camp and you need fiber, plant fiber. Okay, good. I get a harvester's camp, right? It can collect fiber, which has got a 2-star, which is good. It can collect reeds and it can collect leeches, right? You see these here? Let me highlight it. This is fiber. This is fiber. Okay. Fiber is important to make, I think, cloth as well. It's an ingredient that goes into making cloth. It's a whole lot of things with fiber. You need fiber. Let's give a road. To there. I think it's this. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna put him right there. This is what woody and then this. You need this. I only have 7 left, eh? I need 3. It's getting. You can make. These parts you can't make. You get it. Well, you can, I suppose, later on. I haven't played that far, but the other things that you need are these. These tools you need, but you can make those tools. I haven't found a way to make these parts. You know, this part over here. I'm not sure how to make that, but we're running short of parts. So if I run out of parts, I wouldn't. There's no choice to pick any other. So I'm going to put a human in there. And, oh, sorry. I'm going to keep that ticked and I'll untick this because we don't need that. And it's a 2, so it's a fair rating on that. You can also increase the priority of the building as well. And yeah, you can see what's stored and all this type of stuff there. So we're going to just do that. I actually want to move this clay. I'm going to show you. I'm going to move the clay so that you see now, let him encompass all of that. All of that. You see what I'm saying? So you got that far clay as well. See this clay over there? So I'm going to put him there. Let's just bring a road to him. Okay. Now he's gonna. Now the thing is, he's gonna dig in both, so you don't have to like have him one there and one there. So he's gonna dig in both. I did put the humans in here, right? Okay. See, now it stops every autopause. Every season it stops, and this is helpful when you're playing the game. You want it to stop in the drizzle because the game just flows into those seasons. You need them to auto stop. Okay, so. Okay, it's going. Oh, that's why it stopped. Okay, I got a cornerstone. It didn't stop because of that. But it stopped for all of this. I've set it all. Now, cornerstones are advantages that you get, that the Queen gives you to help you. So he either can give you exploration or he can give you a carpenter's tools. Carpenter's tools means 50% quicker in buildings like the crude workstation to build. Production is 50% quicker. This is an exploration one where he wants detailed map and supply anyone. Will it help gain there? I prefer the carpenter's tools. So now it goes down at the bottom here. So when I build a workshop, which it'll show, I'll build one now. Let me just. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, that road there. When I build a workshop, I'll show you that that's going to be 50% quicker because that workshop is very slow. It's not a carpenter shop. Okay, so he's busy building this now. He's going to do that. I'm building there, opening up another glade over there. So now you need to open up glades because it expands your territory and importantly gives you access to resources that you don't have in your opening glade. Okay, so now he's busy. She's busy and they're busy getting that plant fiber. You see he's busy and he's collecting that plant fiber. And you'll see here the arrow up. The warehouse will tell you what all your resources, you have. In the other warehouse you have in the next scenario you'll see we'll be able to have a grid like it's much. I don't know who thought of this list, but there's all your resources in the list. It tells you how much resolve, about your town, the goods produced and all this. You also have you've got graphs as well. You've got graphs. Not in this one. I think in the other one you'll have graphs as well, which show you how trends and stuff. It's a complicated game. Complicated. I'll say that, complicated game. But in a good way. Because it's one of those games, as I said in one of my in the previous video. That thing runs itself, like Distant Worlds 2. I was thinking of Distant Worlds 2 when I was talking. I was thinking of Distant Worlds 2. That's a perfect example. It runs by itself, it runs on its own, but you tweak, and then you let it run. And you can take over a specific place. If you don't like all that other stuff, you can take over just the military. It is even run those are the games I love. I love it now. And I always love those type of games, but not as much as I do now because I'm moving away from complexity. The world is a complex place. You don't want to be involved in all the complexity in the world. You try to, as you get older, you want to get simple. More is less is more. You actually, and you just, okay, I've got those. So now I've got eggs and that fiber, but I need to open up this one. So I'm going to take that off. As you get older, when I was younger, complexity was great. This is what you wanted. You want to know how everything works. As you get older, you want less. You want to know of everything. Actually, simpler lifestyle. You become more. And I didn't know it'd be like this. I used to laugh at my mother and say, "Oh, you're talking shit, man. You need this and you need that. You will be that." I used to be like that. I don't know how I was like that. Because as I got older now, my mother is like, "Hey, told you. Okay, so we're going to let this go. Told you. Okay, now you're going to have to build this, and I'm going to show you. You're going to get 10 of those parts, which we can't actually make, which is great, and we're going to get the upgrade, which is the workstation upgrade perk, which gives us 50% of that. So these are the parts we need. Yeah, those are the parts. So now we get and it makes those parts. You see, so I'm going to pick this, and he wants those parts over here. So I'm going to now build that. Now it's the crude workshop. I'm going to put him there, even though he's far from the warehouse. It doesn't matter, just to show you. See the linked line, which means he needs to go and get the wood there. I'm going to put, who do I have? I only got, okay, I can't put anybody in because I only got 2 workers. So, but I'm going to select, I have to select, he's going to make bricks. You see how many clay on the right there, the line there, 20. But if I click on it, I can also pick stone. I've also got stone, but we're making clay now. So I'm going to keep the clay going. Sorry. I'm going to keep the clay going. Yeah, we're making that. But we can use any of these other resources. We don't have any of them, but we're making this. So that's why we need it. And we've got plenty of wood. So they turns wood into, but it's 8 wood to 2. You see that the star is very low, like a 1 star, which means very inefficient. It takes 8 wood to make 2 planks. And as those stars get up and you build like a carpenter shop, it takes maybe 4 wood to make 2 planks instead of 8 wood. Or 4 wood to make 4 planks. So it gets more efficient. This is a very inefficient building. But we need it built. So we only got 2, and you can increase the priority of it here. We only got 2, and there he wants all of those made. So let him first build it. Alright. Okay. Now we want 1 and we want 2. And they are going to sit in. We don't need any builders. We've got no builders now, but we don't need them. We don't need the builders because there's nothing to build. So we'll use the builders for now. Now, they're building fabric, they're building planks, and they're building bricks. Basic necessities to build anything in this game. You need planks, you need fabric, and you need bricks. This is the basic necessities to build anything in the game. These are just the lower tier buildings, but you'll get buildings that all require planks, that and that. And also pipes. If I haven't got to the pipes yet, but that's it. So the building materials, the basic of your building materials are those things. That's why he's got us to build them. What happens with the glade? Did we get anything glades? We didn't get any special gifts, but we'll open up the glade. I like to open up the glade so that I can move freely and I can get guys in there. This is the eggs are another source of food, which we have over here. These are all the food that we can eat, and different food is required by different of the species. And if their resolve gets too low, they leave. So you got to try and make each one, and each one of them has a speciality. They like different foods, they have different housing, they have all kinds of stuff. Okay, so we're going to just wait for this thing. You see, it's nice, it's turning nicely. He's picking his bricks. He's whatever. Now, our rewards are 50% increase in the amount, and we get 10 of those parts. I don't know how to make. I think you can at a later get a bigger building that will make those things. I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to move. He's gonna open this. We've got some more of this. Now I'm going to move it. Okay, so I'm going to move him, and I'm going to put him there, and I'm going to move him, and I'm going to put him there. And I want him to chop away this, just to give me space. I'm not going to open up a glade because I know what happens. We got to complete this mission, and then there's the final mission of attacking this guy. But we'll get to them. First of all, I just want to open this glade. I want more. The woodcut is very important, very important. But this is, I don't know what biome is this. This is. Oh, okay. I got this. Newcomers. Brilliant. I got some newcomers coming. I now want to choose stone is always important. I'm going to accept this, and I have to build another house. Okay, so that's easy. I'll just put a house over there. Boom, just put a house there. He's within, see this, he's got to be within this thing. Only the houses, these production buildings can be outside the house. See, I've got 2 of everything. But it's helpful just to keep this guy going, just to keep him going, just leave him, don't take him, any of these guys, because they're constantly bringing in these resources. But you got to watch out what resources they're using to build that. Like we got plenty of wood, we got a guy on stone to get clay, and we got there's the clay, and we got a guy on weeds to get the fabric, and there's more weeds over there, so I will just leave him on that. Same with the food, the cabbage. We might as well clear out the cabbage. Same with all these. But there's some resources that you don't want, because they use certain resources that you don't want to deplete. Anyway, he's coming. He's done the bricks, but we're going to keep him on bricks. And we need him on crude, especially fabric, because this guy needs fabric. This is a dangerous glade. You're going to see what we have to do at the dangerous glade. We got 3 builders, which is great. Okay, he's got the bricks. Now we're waiting for the planks. Let me just, if you hold down Alt, you can see where all the workers, as you notice there. Okay, so what was the pause? You know, there's another thing. It's not telling me. It usually tells me why it's paused here, because this damn thing is not. Sorry, man. I know because now I reset it to the alerts. I want time parade. It's not telling me why. Sorry, man, it's such a pain in the ass. These alerts, it's not telling me. Yeah, I must have this open by default. I don't know why. Okay, I'm just sorry about this internal storage. It's not telling me why it's pausing, you know, I'm having to surmise this. Sorry, man, I know I'm fiddling around here. It just pisses me off, man, why it's not. No, we don't want that, this thing. I don't know why it went there. I took that out, man. I took that, it's only supposed to, and I took that out. So why is it there? Irritating, man. Sorry, man, it's just irritating me, this thing. I don't know why it's not. Anyway, I'm gonna just close this, because when it pauses, it's supposed to tell me why it's pausing. It's somewhere in the settings with this reset to this thing. So anyway, it's because of the change of season. I know this. Now we're sitting with the clearance season. It's supposed, there's a message that comes here and it tells me there's auto pausing. It's doing it on this side, but because I reset the screen, but I'm not gonna worry about it yet. But whenever you auto pause, it tells you I've auto paused because it's clearances or because of this, and that's helpful. That's helpful. But these basic settings don't give it to you. All right, so all of it is now ready. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to get another. I usually pick the less. I'll pick the lizard's house. Okay, I've picked the lizard house. Now I will. I only need 2 because there's 2 lizard houses, but they require this, and we're gonna need that for that. So in the meantime, I'm gonna deactivate them, and I'm gonna deactivate them, not to be built until I've got enough of this. I need 4 of that for this guy here. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna bring the. I don't know if I'm going too fast for you guys. put the wood, the wood guys along there. Oh, I am gonna take him off this and take him off that so that he can focus on. We need more of this. We need lots of that. So I'm gonna just say he focuses on that. This guy. Sorry, man. Can you see me? Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry. Why can't I? Okay. And I'm gonna move him. Okay, I'm just gonna put him. Oh, I can't put him there, man. Okay, just chop this tree down here. Chop this tree down here. And I'm gonna take I just wanna bring the want to chop that down to give myself more room. Let me move him because he's got to face the other way. I know he's faced a bit wonky there, but just got to chop this down so I can get more space. Okay, so orders. All right, so we have that. We've got to change that, the thing for that, and we've got to open up the glade, and we'll get that for that. So basically, this glade over there, we've got to open. I'm going to show you how we do it. I just want to get my wood in here properly. Everybody's. See now, the longer they've got to walk. See how long they got to walk. We've got to get more of that. We'll need 4 just to get there, and then we need them. So we'll leave these as inactive at the moment. Okay, keeping them busy. I don't know how long this tutorial is. I hope you guys are still here. I think he's not. Oh, he can chop down there just to see if we can move him. In fact, I'm going to move this guy. I'm going to move him to there. See how helpful it is. He might, I'm not worried about that. I need to get this glade open, and I need to move him to there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is open up that glade. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, there we go. So he's still got their coverage in there. How much does he need? We'll wait till he's 10. Okay, so now we can activate him, and we can activate him. Okay, so he's gonna build those. See, all your higher tiers need this fabric. That's why I said to you, this is a standard. I'm gonna open them for bricks as well, so you can keep building the bricks. Let me see if I can get that. So you don't need these things. Now the lizards are being built. This will help their resolve. This will give them. But you can't open that. In the initial tutorial, you don't have this. In the next tutorial, I'll show you these opened. These will be opened. But they give them better resolve. Right? See that? They go moving towards 13. Now, the initial tutorial is easy on you. They're easy on it. See, there's a storm, but I'm not getting... No, it's not the storm. It's pausing, but it's not notifying me here why it's paused. And that's pissing me off now. I have to go look at the things. I don't know, reset those bloody markers. See, when it switches to the storm, it'll pause. It'll pause, but it shows me, yeah, I get a message, yeah, but it's not for some reason. Now you see, it's not going to show me this message. It's pissed me off now. Now I got to go look for the messages. Okay, there. Okay, I got it. I picked on the right thing. See, auto pause start of the storm season. These pauses are so important. They pause. You see this? Yeah, and then you get bad results. You see that? Then you got to click OK. This is the first auto pause. These alerts are very important because every time you get a new thing, because you might not notice it while you're playing and whatever you go, and you forget stuff. Auto pause. Put them all on. They're very important. They notify you. Let's take him away from there. See, now you see there where it says 2 charges, those are all the residual stuff. You get wood and you get 15% chance of getting fiber, eggs, all that from the trees. It's a brilliant game, eh? Brilliant. Whoever thinks of these games, something like Furthest Frontier and Oxygen Not Included, whoever thinks of these games, I mean, I could never do it. I love to play them, it's so great, but I could never think up these games. The creative people, guys that are developers and designers of this game, they are creative, man. You got to take your hat off for them. These are intelligent people. Intelligent. I mean, who would think of this whole thing up? Like all the different laws and how to play the game and what. Who would think of that? Hey? I mean, there's no people that's going to think of that. So we're just waiting for him to open, and then we're going to get this glade. That's a dangerous glade. You're going to see. It'll kill 3 villagers. It's just one of the effects of a dangerous glade. There's risk and reward. All other glades are friendly. You don't get that. This is a dangerous glade. See, autopause, the drizzle season started. See how the drizzle season now. See. Oh, sorry. Now I'm going to just put a road, because I like my guys to travel on roads. Okay, so that they're close by to there. Now, newcomers arrival. Okay, I can get this, this, and this. Bricks are always very important. We don't need so many beavers. How many? We've got already 8, 2, 3 beavers. You know, I'll take this. Okay, so we. Oh no! But because we've got these lizards moved out of these, moved into these new residents. You see, there's 2 lizards living there now. It's emptied out places. That's why we don't have anybody. Even though we got all that, we don't have. Okay, so here's the dangerous result. This is what it's going to do. Ominous shrine from a long forgotten. It's dangerous, but it might hold some ancient knowledge and useful. Right, we've got 44 seconds to kill to get this. To get this, to solve this glade. Disturbing ruins of great can have grave consequences. It kills 3 random villagers. You see the consequences. Now, we've got to change because just remember, it asks us to change scrolls to fabric. So we've got to do that. So we have to put the scrolls in. The wood we can keep. We can actually use planks or wood, but we've got 4 planks. So we'll just... You see, it's better with the 4 planks because the villager's got to carry it. Okay, we are going to use 3 villagers. and we're going to, and that's all sorted, and we're going to investigate this. Now we can't solve this because he's carrying the wood, he's carrying that, but it's, you understand, he's not going to get there in 40 seconds. So this is just to teach you the consequences of, it's designed to, okay. Oh, sorry, man. We also got a cornerstone, fiber delivery, 15 fiber per minute. Okay, so that's great delivery. And also we either get fiber or eggs. I think we got a lot of fiber, we'll pick it. Now what that means, you see under here, that every 15 per minute, 15 eggs are delivered. So we don't have to go and find it. It'll constantly just give us 15 eggs per minute. And all these little effects are down here. That's why I put my head up here, because I don't want to, because those effects can get lots. Okay, I must put a, okay, let me see if we can build that. So we satisfied all that, and we have the ancient runes. How's our, okay, he's now he's given us 5 minutes. He first killed, okay, there's the 3, see, now, see the villager died, that was the effect of that. But it'll happen again, he'll kill another 3 if we don't now in 5 minutes solve this puzzle. That's the thing with dangerous clothes, you get all these kind of, not always like this, might be something else that we need to solve, so we don't know. But we have the right thing, and he's almost solved it. See, there's the line going. So we're going to solve that, and that will take care of that. See, and now you must carry this. This is a chest of ancient tablets to the headquarters. Okay, so he solved that. Let's take it over. There, he's carrying it. See there? See there? See the guy? It's going to end now, the game. See, he's carrying it. He's carrying it. He's going to carry it to the warehouse, and then this thing is solved. Now you'll see it'll be solved now. And we finished with the first scenario. We solved it. There we go, and it's ticked, and we click tick. There we go. So the settlement is complete. These are the buildings we opened. We've got so much. Now it's helpful to play the tutorials because you get extra resources when you actually start the game. It gives you the benefit of resources. Okay, we're going to continue. I'm going to end it here, obviously, for the next. Okay, so this is the next tutorial. We'll just press any key to start. I'll just start up the tutorial. Then it teaches you the queens with low resolve. We'll start increasing the piece in patience. When we are low resolve, the patience will be increasing. We'll just play through this. Advanced reputation if we get very high resolve. See, now that opens that. Satisfying the villagers' needs with complex food, homes, and service will increase their resolve. And then each species has a different mix of needs. It's hard to please everyone all of the time. Farmers can plant only on farm fields, and those can only be built on fertile land. There's a farm, okay, and yeah. Crops are planted in the first season, which is drizzle, and harvested during the second season, which is clearance. That's why I need those auto results. Build a farm, harvest grain, and serve some ale in the tavern. And I'm not going to pause to resume. See, it's choosing a blueprint. That means, yeah. I'm going to open these so you can see. I'm going to save them as open. Now you see, these are all for each civilization, each faction. They've got different food they eat, and each one adds to their reputation. In the storm season, they lose reputation because of all the ill effects. But then all of these things, their housing, everything, and it's different for each species. And there's about 4 other more species, foxes and whatever, that you can do. And here, you got your trends. You see, with all the different products, you got your trends. It makes graphs. You can pick this one and the trends, see what trends are. You got your recipes here for each, how to make each, like in the buildings I showed you. The game is complex. It's got lots and lots of resources. Alright, we're going to end it here. I'm not going to go on. This is the start of the next tutorial. And this is just farming, clearance season. That's what they're teaching us, farming. And we'll come back when that's... I hope this is covered. This is a great game. Great game, love it to bits. Alright, I think I covered everything for this first tutorial. Sean from Fitz, good day on you.